What if you could build a successful eBay store by listing just one item a day? That's what this series is all about. I am starting a brand new store just to see how far I can take it by focusing on quality over quantity. This is about showing the power of discipline, picking the best item of each day and letting consistency do the rest. Whether you live in a small town or a large city, whether you are a retiree or a stay-at-home parent, or just looking for a side hustle, this approach can work well for you. I want to prove that with focus, smart choices, a little bit of creativity, a one item a day eBay store can be small but mighty. Welcome to the One Item eBay Store. To kick off this series, I want to try to find 10 items. So today I'm tagging along with Kyle while he thrifts for our main eBay store. It has been quite a while since I've actually gone thrifting, so I feel pretty rusty and I'm needing to rely on previous knowledge of things that I already know might have value and start there. I checked the whole store and thought I was going to be walking away empty-handed, but I found a beautiful quilt as my first item for the series. As I was walking into this second store, I was feeling amped up that I already found one item to list. But I was still feeling pretty lost, so I had to keep relying on previous knowledge, which led me to finding some pants. Found some pants. I'm gonna go through these and see if any of these are worth putting on my store, not our store. I was about to walk out the store with 3 pairs of pants, but I found a pair of Hokas to add to the mix. So I found 4 more items. So today, add that with my 1 from the other store, I'm at 5. We ended up having time to hit 2 more stores, but I struck out at each store, so I'm ending my first thrifting day with 5 items. The next day, while I was at home, Kyle found me a North Face backpack to add to my count. Thanks, Kyle. The next day, I stopped at a Goodwill while waiting for kids, and I found a cart full of homeschool curriculums.
We got like 5 minutes before the store closes.
I know.
Hurry, Carrie.
After some very quick thinking, I added 5 more items to my count, which means we hit our 10 item goal.
Carrie, how do you feel about it?
I feel excited. Once I saw those on the rack, or like on the shelves that they were pushing out, I immediately put all of them in my cart and I had to go through each one to see like how complete they were. And at the end, I just ended up taking the ones that were completely sealed and unopened, and I left the rest. They had like 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 7th grade, so I think somebody just I don't know if they just didn't like the curriculum or what, but it looked like they just ditched the curriculum. So some of them only had like 2 out of the 10 books missing, so they were almost complete. And then some had way more gone from the boxes. So I only picked up the ones that were just completely sealed and had the teacher's guide in it as well, so I can just sell them brand new on eBay. Make it really simple. These vary price-wise, like based on the subject, but I'm pretty sure from what I saw quickly, because the store's closing, I could probably list them on average for around $60 to $70, and they were $15 each. So it's a bit of investment, but I think it'll pay off.
The following day, Kyle found me an RC car that I personally probably would not have bought, but he bought it for me anyway, so we're adding it to the count. This is everything that I've set out and bought as like startup inventory to start listing 1 a day. I do need to wash things, prep it, but right now I need to pick my very first item that I'm going to put on my store. I'm looking at the curriculums. Yeah, the boxes are a little bit beat up, but the stuff inside is fine. But I'm looking, I was like, do I just list 1 of these a day? Because they're all for 3rd grade. It's history, math, science, LA, and the Bible. So it's like a pretty good base starter for 3rd grade. I may just put all those up as 1 listing and then clean these so that way they're ready to be listed when they're dry, maybe tomorrow. Our favorite stain remover formula is equal parts hydrogen peroxide, Dawn dish soap, and baking soda, which we ran out of baking soda. Mix it all together to make a little paste. Before we apply the slurry, we like to spray it down with Shout, and we cleaned the soles off with some magic eraser. It's already working. These are already looking very clean. We just set them out to sit, then we'll power wash them out and see how they look. Without further ado, let's get to listing our very first item to add to the store. I was hoping my previously built photo board would be good enough for my items.
That's a bad picture.
But clearly, it did not suffice. So I went outside to take some better pictures. Looking back on this, I probably should not have bought this. However, if it does sell, I'll be making good profit off of it, so I'm okay with holding it for a while until it sells. The sell-through rate of this item is slow currently, but I'm expecting more homeschooling shoppers either in the spring or fall. I also listed it $100 cheaper than what you can buy online. And if it does sell at my asking price, I spent $75 on it and I'll be profiting about $200. So day 1 is in the books. On to day 2, getting these hokas ready to list. They're all nice, white and bright. I'm going to stuff them and then we're going to photograph them. So these hokas have a much better sell-through rate than the homeschool curriculum. For size 11, we currently have 99 listed, and in the past 90 days, 79 have sold. So we'll take the sold divided by how many are listed, puts it at an 80% sell-through rate, meaning in the next 90 days, 80% of what's currently listed should sell. With that sell-through rate, my item has potential to sell within 4 months. But with great photos, great title, and a great price, I could probably sell it faster. It is day 3. So far I've got my 2 items up. I've checked the analytics on it and they were getting views, no watchers yet. I haven't sent out any offers. I haven't gotten any offers. It's hard to tell if the views are like organic or if it's just people who follow the store. It's hard to say, but it should work out in the end. Anyway, I need to be posting my 3rd item for the day. Got to figure out which one, go downstairs and see what I have. But I'm also going to see what we find today. Let's go. Today I tagged along with Kyle once again, stopped at Savers. As I was checking through the kids' toy aisle, I was keeping my eyes open for anything that was standing out, and this big bucket of vintage Legos was the winner. With my 20% off coupon, this big bucket cost $60. Okay, let's see what's inside. It's like an assorted mixture. Got a lot of minifigs already, straight out the gate.
Let's check out all these little minifigures. There's so many of them. Oh my goodness. The coveted blue shirt.
When it comes to vintage Legos, I know that the minifigures usually hold the most value. So when I saw lots of minifigures, an older Star Wars set, and some old school manuals, I knew $60 was probably going to be worth it.
Hey, look at all these little pirate dudes.
Oh, and it's got the little Lego coins. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Those are so cool. Just all the art in that. Kids. Got Robin Hood. There's so many minifigures in here. The black space guy, which I think I saw comps for the black one sell for like $50 just for him.
After we pulled all the minifigures out of the bucket, we tried to see if we could actually complete some of these sets, because if they were 100% complete, they would go for some good money.
It has this little piece with the string that comes and connects to a bridge. I found one of them, but I do not have the other, and I don't feel like buying pieces for the set. We're also missing the smiley face thing in the middle. We're missing a red door that goes back here. So we're just missing too much for me to want to like go through and build it all.
Yeah.
And it'll be a lot easier to ship and list just the minifigures, and that's where most of the value's at anyway.
Have to get through all the Legos because there's quite a bit of lots. For today's listing, I'm just going to list these plates. They're vintage street plates. I'm going to list those, and I think they go for about $30. I'll put up the information for you to also see. But I'm going to take pictures of these and get them listed for day 3's item. For the Lego City road plates, you can tell that we have listings of varying sizes. Some have lots of plates, some don't, so it's going to be a little bit hard to determine the true sell-through rate of this item. However, if we look at the global sell-through rate of just all the Lego City road plates, we currently have 122 listed, and in the past 90 days, 71 of them have sold, giving it a 58% sell-through rate. That means in the next 90 days, about 50% of what's currently listed should sell, which means if I was to add mine to the pot, it could take my item upwards of 6 months to sell. It is day 4, have not made a sale yet, but it might take a little bit to put some stuff up and get some sales. For today's item that I'll be listing, I'm actually going to be listing the leftovers, like the leftover Legos from yesterday's lot that we went through. I'm gonna list that to Facebook because it's just like in a big tub down here. So I'm gonna list that. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get what we paid for it because it is vintage Legos still, and the vintage Legos, just like random bulk pieces, still go for good money on eBay. It's just I don't want to ship that out. So I'm gonna see if anybody on the local Facebook marketplace wants it. We built out 10 different ways to sell from that same lot. So that's actually like 10 listings that we can make from it. So let's get to posting this on Facebook Marketplace. See if we can't get this to sell like today or tomorrow. Day 4's listing is up, a 10-pound bucket of Legos for $65. All right, it is day 5 and I have some awesome news to deliver to you guys. We have officially sold the Hokas. An offer came in for 65 bucks on these today, and I took them. So we're gonna get these shipped out today. But somebody off Facebook Marketplace is gonna be buying that. This isn't complete, by the way, but they are buying the bulk for $65. We're gonna meet them at the post office here in about an hour. Gotta go pick up kids first. So we have 2 sales today. $65 Hokas, $65 Legos. Let's go. I was in the post office picking up packages, returns and stuff, and he did the deal with the lady. So nice. We got some PR mail in there and some returns. It would be like super cool if people wanted to send some more stickers. This is our shipping station, getting covered in stickers, but we still have room for more, and I would love to cover all of our boxes with colorful stickers to make it not look so brown down here. All right, so we divided up each Lego lot like this, just so it keeps it all separate and organized. So I gotta figure out what I wanna list for my next day of listings. Let's see what's in here. We got the woodsman in there. Little space guys. These creatures. Medieval knights. Just like general townspeople in here. I think I want to do the woodsman. Time to research day 5's item. I narrowed down the results trying to find out what the sell-through rate is for just lots and not individual pieces. And again, with the global sell-through rate of all different varieties of amounts, we have 51 currently listed, and in the past 90 days, 46 of them have sold. Gives us about a 90% sell-through rate. This is the highest sell-through rate item that I have on the store currently, but it still might take up to 3 months for it to sell. Oh my gosh. All right. It's midnight now, and it's almost midnight. I have to list my one item for today. I had a Halloween party, and literally from the time I woke up to midnight, I've been nonstop cleaning, decorating, hosting, cleaning. So now it's time to list something. I'm just going to pick the one manual to list on my store. Just to make it easy, and I don't really have to do much about it. It goes for good money. And today I sold another item. That's my cat. She just decided to join the party. She hid from everybody. I sold another item on my store today. I sold those city plates. So yay! So far I've listed, this will be my 6th item, I think, and I've sold 3 things. So not that bad. as I went to go research the sell-through rate of today's item, I was not able to find just listings of the manual only. A lot of times the manual came with castle pieces. I wanted to see what the sell-through rate was for manual only. So I put that in quotations, meaning that the listings have to say manual only. So as I'm checking the sell-through rate for this search, there is currently 0 listed on the market. But in the past 90 days, 2 have sold. Because there is currently none listed and 2 sold in the past 90 days, then when I go to list mine, it should sell within 45 days or less. All right, so I am listing the medieval knights for my one item store. I think I have like 24 pieces in there. I'll have to count. Now I'm looking at the comps to see which sizes have sold that are very similar to my size. Like this is really similar, about those many people, except I have more weapons. I have a lot more weapons, and I've got a horse, and I got like more accessories. So, and that sold for 87 bucks on bid. So this maybe could have sold outright for like maybe 100. So that's probably a good starting point for me. Mine is better, so at least 100 for mine. So I'm just gonna scroll through and see if I can't find a good match. It was hard to determine the list price for this, but I'm happy with $150. I'm just hoping I didn't underprice it. With that being said, an hour after I listed the item, I got an offer. But today is the last day of my week. You'll have to watch next week's video to see what happens.